Besides Eric Lindros that you'd want to go to. He can do it all, sometimes not very orthodox, but he's also been a little bit lucky in this. He's out on the angle and the deflection off the crossbar. Brodeur has poise well beyond his years. He's only 23, but sometimes you think he's been around this league for a very, very long time. Out on his angles, seldom will he get frustrated, seldom will he leave a rebound. He's got good protection when he finally breaks down. Brodeur has been very hard to beat, and Darren Pang, you know what it's like to be mobbed by our teammates after a big win. Tell us a little bit more about it.
But I thought he was very sharp. He played his angles very well. This guy was ready to play. Great rebounds there, controlling the puck. And I thought he handled the traffic that New Jersey puts in front of him probably better than any other goaltender that New Jersey's played right now. Those big men are going to go to the net. They're going to put men in front of him. This guy has to see the puck. Great angles there again. He's very sharp, very quick. He's stopping with his glove. He's stopping with his body. This guy is very sharp. I'm a coach. The only thing I know about goaltenders is that they stop the puck, they're good. I want to hear from Darren Pang, who knows more about goaltending than anybody in the world.
Thanks, Barry. Mike's a heck of a lot taller than what I was, but one thing that struck me in game number one, Mike Vernon faced 28 shots, and he had 5 more odd man rushes than what the New Jersey Devils had against them, and I think that's an important factor because those are quality shots against. Mike Vernon came up sharp in that contest, certainly for the Detroit Red Wings. Now, on the other side of it, when you think of goaltenders and the pressure situations that they are in, especially in a Stanley Cup final, you think of Glenn Hall, who threw up not only before every game, but also between periods. I had a chance to sit down with Red Wing goaltender Mike Vernon. He's nothing like that.
I want to get back to the Chicago series. You sitting on the bench, following that game, it was an anonymous Chicago Blackhawk that said, if we got to Mike Vernon long enough, he'll eventually choke. And your comments after the game were?
Well, suck on that.
When an anonymous player would say that, is that a tactic that you're used to?
Well, I mean, I don't have a lot of respect for whoever said it because it's an anonymous. I mean, come on, if you're going to say something like that, own up for your statement. Go behind your statements. I mean, you're not backing your statement up at all. I think the Chicago Blackhawks were trying to maybe use the media to get to a lot of the players, to get to Scotty, to get to me, to get to the team itself. These guys can't put it away, and saying things like this. But, I mean, we're a different hockey club than we were last year and the year before. We're a total different hockey club.
I don't think people out there realize that when you're getting, let's say, 35 to 40 shots a game, it's a heck of a lot easier than getting 15 to 20 shots a game. You've gone through some times here where, what have you been doing? Singing Christmas carols in the net, ordering coffee on the way?
Sean Burr said he was practicing his camp songs. Coming around the mountain when he comes. I started laughing. But you can't, those are the cards I'm dealt with. I just have to deal with it. You know, I play for a good hockey club. I know that. But, you know, when I'm called upon, I just hope to be out there and do the job for them.
Do you do anything on the side to keep yourself motivated, Mike? Your goaltenders are, I know, a goofy bunch, but is there anything motivational? Why do you keep a little sick?
You're an ex-goaltender.
Ex-goaltender's the key, so you get a little straighter on as the years go on. And, is there any motivational things that you do or keep little sayings in your head when things are down? I mean, there's got to be up times, got to be down times.
I'm not one of those analytical type individuals. I mean, I don't like to analyze things to death. I mean, I'm not that type of person. Either is Scotty, thank goodness. We don't have these half-an-hour video sessions. It's great.
Wins and loss and save percentage and goals against?
I just worry more or less of the wins. Goals against and saves, I mean, that's a team award there. That's a team thing. I mean, wins, that's the most important thing. That's the team thing. That's the ultimate.
So if it's 6-5 or it's 2-1, doesn't matter to Mike Vernon?
We got the 6, that's all that matters.
One of the things about Mike Vernon, obviously, he really stresses team things. Well, Paul Coffey
that can score it. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Mr. Devil. You want him to shadow Cam Neely or Eric Lindros? No problem. You want a game winner? You got it. You want me to be annoying? I do that.
Well, he's a great player, obviously. You know, 12 power play goals. Yeah, he's a spark plug for their team. You know, he's a grinder, a mucker, and a goal scorer. And there's not too many guys around the league that are like that.
Claude is a very, very special player. Very special.
What makes Claude Lemieux so special? It's his intensity, raw power, raw speed, and his ability to counterattack. It turns the trap into an offensive weapon.
Basically, it's been, you know, defense first, playing against other team's best line or best player. But I've been contributing, and I've been getting as many or if not more scoring chances.
But it's not always easy being Claude's coach. Listen to Jacques Lemaire.
The music on the bus, it's got to be loud. The music in the room, it's got to be loud. And I always say when he does something, well, we're in 95. We're not in the 60s. So it helps me to accept.
Detroit's Dino Ciccarelli is a guy who can appreciate the way the team plays the game.
I guess somewhat similar styles, you know. Try to, he tries to get under the skin of all the players, you know. I try to do the same things.
When you play for the Devils, you have to make the most of your opportunities.
Whenever you get a chance, you got to make it count. And that may force me to be a little bit sharper, and knowing that I'm not going to get that many chances, I got to bury him.
And look at this stat, Barry. This is amazing what company this guy's in.
Mike, I've been able to be around a lot of great players, the playoff players, and I measure greatness how you play in the playoffs under playoff pressure. This guy always shows up in key games, big games. He scores goals at big times. This guy is a great, great playoff performer.
And it all started back in 1986 when he won his...
For some, it is the chance to recapture the glory of a proud hockey franchise. It is an opportunity for hard-earned respect. 40 years of no-cup frustration, all but forgotten with 4 more victories. Knocking off the favorites one by one. A quiet, confident underdog, gaining believers with each new step. The Stanley Cup Finals. A loose puck, a game-winning goal. 3 wins from being remembered forever. Over 20,000 on hand at the Joe Louis Arena. It will rock for Game 2. In Game 1 here, the Devils won it 2-1. Tonight, Detroit will try and even the series. The Devils and the Red Wings, the Stanley Cup Finals. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Delighted to have you back with us for the New Jersey Devils. This is the team that can't seem to gain respect. Every team they've... Al Morganti.
Well, Gary, it's called gamesmanship. There aren't many in the world of sports better than Scotty Bowman. Oh, he wanted to draw attention to interference and holding the sticks. You know, I thought he was going to come out with like a CD-ROM of everything that the Devils were doing. Well, he had a little video demonstration with Brian Lewis, the director of officiating today, and he just said, look, it isn't just the holding sticks. We want to go over all the interference. We'll see if it had any effect today with the officiating. Gary?
It'll be interesting to watch tonight, Al, to see whether or not that has any impact. Will we see more calls on that? We're going to find out in a moment. Tell you what, there's a name called the Crash Line. Mike Peluso's on it. Bobby Holik's on it. Randy McKay's on it. They're a plus 16. The man who'll try and shut him down tonight, Detroit's goaltender, Mike Vernon.
A piece of him. There's the hook by Dino and then the pop from behind, and that's what really peeved Scott Stevens. Nevertheless, it was a retaliation penalty, and Dino went right for Scott Stevens as soon as the penalty was called, and one of the linesmen, I think it was Ray Scampanello, headed him off with the pass.
There you see the 2-minute minor for roughing at 37 seconds.
And here he is taking one in the offensive zone.
So Fedorov will give it a try. He has skated for the last 2 days. Paul Coffey works one of the power play points. Deflected pass goes down low. They'll set Ciccarelli up in front. Coffey the shot deflected. Ciccarelli twice banged it in, and Brodeur knocked it away. Broughton picks it up short-handed the other way with John McLean. Rolled it too far ahead, played by Coffey. Dino Ciccarelli, 6 power play goals in the playoffs. Shot by Fedorov, blocked. That's what the Devils have done throughout this series. In preventing shots on goal, they have blocked a ton of shots. Scotty Bowman said he counted 38 shots directed to the net that never got there in Game 1. Ended up being just 17 shots on goal. And there's John McLean doing it again on the block. Intercepted at center. Power play a minute 16 left on it for Detroit. Fedorov couldn't get it. Ken Daneyko flips. Nicholas Lidstrom there. Dumped it ahead for Ciccarelli. Bad pass. Tommy Abel it up from the fourth to the second line. Rebound covered by Brodeur on the dump in from the blue line by Paul Coffey.
And this whole containment started with a hard dump in. They've really tried to hammer it around Martin Brodeur. The Red Wings practiced it the last 2 days. They do not want Martin Brodeur to handle the puck. He is excellent at getting out of the zone, especially when he's killing a penalty. At the other end, Mike Vernon was really harshly criticized by a lot of fans here in Detroit after the loss in Game 1. I don't know what was expected of this guy when you've only got one goal of support in front of you. What are you supposed to do?
Mike Vernon, who won a Stanley Cup in his career with the Calgary Flames back in 1989. Their regular goaltender throughout the season. He's second in goals against and fifth in save percentage here among the playoff netminders. Face-off tipped away to the corner as Yzerman had initially won it. Shepard trying to bang it away to Bob Gary. Back to Coffey to Lidstrom with Fetisov's out there now on the point back into the corner. Shepard had it taken away over there, and Niedermeyer to McLean. Shorthand to the Devils. 27 left on the power play for Detroit. Broughton up. Shot in the glove. Save. Neil Broughton with a good chance. Save made by Vernon. Detroit trying to finish these checks. Got to get onside here. Rouse had to hold it up. Bad pass. Niedermeyer ahead. Straight down the middle. Bobby Holik back for Niedermeyer. Intercepted by Rouse. A danger there for the Devils on that block pass, creating the opportunity. Look at McCarty take a swing at Niedermeyer.
And that was Niedermeyer that had the offensive chance at the other end. That tells you how Scott Niedermeyer is playing. He not only generated the chance, but he got back to cut off McCarty. Okay, he paid for it.
He is shooting more in the playoffs than he was during the regular season. Here comes Taylor. His shot an easy one for Brodeur, and he will hang on. Dino Ciccarelli moves in to aggravate. Taylor has a word with Kenny Daneyko.
Skater, and Dino usually gets it stirred up.
Well, Devils back off on that one up against the boards. Off the face-off, it'll be one back to deeper into the zone for the wind-up by Lidstrom, who can shoot and does. Deflected off Daneyko. Ciccarelli, Taylor wound up, took that one wide. Coffey tried to send it in, blocked Daneyko. Can't get it out. Coffey shot blocked again. Played around by Brodeur, wide side. Zalapukin couldn't handle. Dow does. He gets bounced off the puck. Guerin backs it up to the other blue line. Back to get it is Mark Howe. Howe moving it in. Zalapukin was on him. Dropped it for Draper. Draper leaves it wide side. Shot. Konstantinov missed everything. Howe centered it. Deflected wide. Didn't end up on net. Comes back to Guerin. Can't get it. Draper's shot blocked again. Devils doing exactly what they did in the first period.
You know what?
Penalty coming up on Detroit.
And it's a retaliation penalty. This time it's Dino Ciccarelli that did it. But he took exception to Bruce Driver with the stick on him. Dino Ciccarelli was in there, but he got back up, got out. Bruce Driver gave him a shot, and then Dino swung bang right there. You don't have to hit the guy. If you swing at him like that, you got two.
Slashing call. These two teams so defensive-minded during the regular season, keeping it up. What a shot. Konstantinov on Chambers.
As soon as he wound up to shoot, bang.
Dowd's got it behind the net. Devils able to hold it in. Bob Airy knocks it away. Konstantinov couldn't get it. Swept through the middle. 2-on-2 shorthanded comes Detroit. They want to change it up. Sent in by Bob Airy.
Neutral zone. They never wound it up in their own end.
Shot by Ciccarelli. Blocked again by Chambers. That has got to be so frustrating. Time after time. Attempted shot with Bobby Holik. Into the corner. Jammed up. Konstantinov around the board's far side. McKay comes over and puts the hit on. Stevens poked it ahead. Fedorov taken out of the play at center. Almost got his head taken off. Down goes Stevens. McCarty decked him with a good hip check. And Stevens came back at him. So did Lemieux. Penalty coming. McCarty taking a long look at Claude Lemieux.
For the second and last time in NHL history, the seventh game of the Stanley Cup Finals is decided in overtime. And it was Detroit's Tony Leswick supplying the game winner, bringing the cup back to Detroit for the third time in 5 years.
69th year for the 5. The last one they won.
Not Darren McCarty had something good going on this shift. He low-bridged Scott Stevens. It was a clean hit, and that's the way Stevens hit against the Flyers, so fair is fair. But then McCarty came up on Claude Lemieux, who didn't have the puck, and he hit him from behind, knocked him down, and now he's off. He turned around, hopeful that Claude Lemieux would take the bait, but Claude Lemieux has been a disciplined player in this playoff year.
8:49 he goes. They call it roughing. 4. McLean drops it off. Near side, Niedermeyer back into the middle for Carpenter. Back up for Niedermeyer with room. Niedermeyer goes to the middle to Stevens. Stevens shot, deflected, save made. Vernon had John McLean set up in front of him. He comes away with a save, and the Stevens
in that kind of turns this into a 3-on-3.
Devils had 5 odd man rushes in that first game, Bill, and Detroit didn't get 1. When you hold a team like the Red Wings to no odd man rushes in any game, that's a huge success.
Yep, you bet it is. But I got it.
Lemieux tried to clear it out. Fedorov moved in, knocked down. Puck rolled free. Richier's got it. Richer will start it up. Devils need a change. Lemieux comes with him without legs. Richer moving in. Richer centering for Lemieux. Couldn't get it. Backhand shot blocked. Never got through. Power play coming up for the Red Wings in 5 seconds. They get their power play unit out. Coffey dropped it off right side. Konstantinov shot blocked again. Power play here for Detroit. A short one, though. They need to hold it in, and they do. Konstantinov stepped up to do it. Sends it around the near side to Ray Shepherd. Shepherd backs it up, had nobody there. Ciccarelli hustles for it. Looking out in front, Taylor was alone. Chambers does battle there with Dino. Dropped off for Shepherd. Shepherd back up to the point to Howe. Mark Howe sends it down low. 17 on the power play for Detroit. Ciccarelli hit Chambers. That held the puck up along the boards. Chambers batted it up in the air. Can't do anything with it. Ciccarelli over. Ciccarelli looking to the middle. Taylor behind the net. Shepherd's out in front. Shepherd comes back to help. The puck rolled away from him, though, to John McLean. Power play over. Full strength, both teams. McLean in. Batted away from him to the middle. Missed check. Broughton able to hold the puck in. Down the shot off the blocker. Directed at a strange angle behind the net. 8:19 to go in the first. Scoreless first period. Shots are 3-1 in favor of Detroit for these two outstanding defensive teams who have really put the body to one another early. Mark Howe will take it back in behind the net.
12 minutes played, 4 total shots. 3 for Detroit, 1 for the Devils.
Can't beat them, join them, right? Here's a dump in along the far side by Dowd. Zalapukin got held up. Howe comes back and hit by Guerin. Billy Guerin, big check on him. Kenny Danico near side will send it around. Guerin behind the net, tied up by Howe. They're still doing battle there. Intercepted. Stevens trying to hold it in, hit by McCarty. Good job of the Devils to keep that in. Billy Guerin's the man who backhanded it in. Vernon backs it up into the corner. McCarty moves over. Hit put on from behind by Zalapukin. Knocked away to Konstantinov. Teams really following through 1 and 2 deep in these checks.
No kidding. Sean Berg, Zalapukin. I mean, nobody is skating by anybody that's wearing a jersey that's not their color.
Get something out there and get him. Zalapukin sends it in. Both teams change it up to the fly. Held onto by Vernon to Fetisov. Slava Fetisov reverses that one to Rouse. Rouse starting it up for Detroit. See, no room in the middle right there. Choose to dump. Can't get it through. Niedermeyer knocked it down. Devils trying to start the other way. Kozlov hadn't cleared the zone and still hasn't. The late offside will be waved off as they get it out. McKay. Randy McKay coming in alone. McKay tried to draw it in, couldn't. Rouse took him out of the play. Vernon, bad dump as Peluso was there to cut it off. Left for Bobby Holik. Centered right off the side of the net. And Vernon covers it up. Ringside, Stevens drops it. John McLean on the right coming with Broughton. Broughton looking, sends it in. McLean tipped it. Vernon was there to knock it away. Yzerman gets knocked down by Peluso. Shepherd tried to clear it.
That man with the 4 shots. These guys are working with every ounce of energy they have. It is hard.
It is real hard. Moving in, Fetisov, the shot. Brodeur, the save. Hit him in the chest. Fedorov sends it in, and Brodeur will cover. 2:35 to go. First period, no score from Detroit.
Joe Louis Arena. Mark Howe was the victim on that one. Oh, look at that one. Little pop, too, after the fact. How's that back feel now, Mark? Mark Howe has been fighting a bad back for over 7 years now. And this may be the last.
From Richer. Brown drops it back deeper into his own end near side for Coffey. All Coffey. You see the long passes. Brown, Doug Brown, the middle of Kozlov. Kozlov left it in the middle. Shot! Fedorov save! Coffey! Save! Brodeur! Fedorov again trying to center. Knocked away by Danico. Fedorov in the middle. Coffey swept at it and missed. John McLean's up ice. Lidstrom saved. Probably a breakaway by McLean. McLean, poke check from behind. Coffey picks it up. Coffey near side. Brown just deflects it back to Fedorov. Fedorov blue line in. Can't get turned on Danico. Tried to dump it. There was Stevens. Detroit changing it up behind the play. 1:25 to go in the first. An incredible, but they have never trailed. That's unbelievable. Here's Guerin. Guerin centered. Knocked away by Vernon, and the net is off the Marsh pegs. Well, Ken Taylor, the 26-year-old, has spent the season in the minors out there. Fetisov moved it in. Taylor to him. Fetisov couldn't touch it back on Brodeur. Centered right through the crease by Draper. Rouse on the far side. Tried to hit Taylor behind the net. Couldn't. Picked up by Guerin. And
Ever since I was a little kid, I dreamed about winning the Stanley Cup. That way I could get to all those jelly beans. It is filled with jelly beans, isn't it?
32 big hits, and we do not track just the little creases into the boards. We track the big ones. 32 total. Obviously, the 2 days between games helped everybody get their bruises healed. Expect more of the same here in the second period. Part of playing good defense is making contact with the body. I'm sore just watching.
they were pretty much evened up here as Detroit had 18 to get them through. Rolls in wide of Brodeur. Burr got tied up in front by Kenny Danico. Stevens backs it up in his own end. Red Wings intercept Sean Burr. Shot. Hit Brodeur. Had no angle, and there goes the net. Kenny Danico gave it a shove. The Red Wings are saying intentional.
Now has missed just about every one of them. So good job by the Red Wings in keeping it away from him.
Shepherd shot deflected wide of the net. They're looking for Shepherd to get it going here tonight as well. Cleared out. It'll be chased down at the far end by Guerin. Lidstrom beat him to it. Off to Zelepukin, though, intercepts. Valeri Zelepukin centering for Guerin right at the top of the crease. Kicks back, not covered. Shot deflected wide and over the glass as Broughton tried to get that in through the pile as Vernon had no idea where the puck had gone.
I wonder if Jacques Lemaire has really juggled his lineup, because this is not a set line for him. He wanted Jimmy Dowd at the beginning of this game between the two wingers that are out there, Guerin and Zelepukin, by Zelepukin to ride off Steve Yzerman, who was trying to ride him off the puck. Billy Guerin parked in front.
Yeah, we might want to define scoring chance here, because by our standard, that's the first for the Devils in the game.
Yeah, good point. We gave the Devils 3 shots in the first period, as did the official score, but that does not necessarily constitute a scoring chance. There has to be a degree of difficulty for Mike Vernon on the save. It has to come from a good area of the ice, has to be close enough to be able to score. I mean, we don't usually call an unscreened shot from the blue line on a rush, unscreened, mind you, a scoring chance.
Shot there! Vernon the save on Bruce Driver. Driver got that one through. That was a scoring chance.
You bet.
It was a partial screen and a good hard shot up against the boards. McLean shot saved by Vernon, who was leaning the other way. John McLean, a veteran on this.
Broughton again. Boy, he has to get by with his quickness and his smarts, because he's only 170 pounds, and Broughton with a real nifty backhand pass out to John McLean.
Almost caught him in that between lean to the right.
Well, he was pretty deep, wasn't he? Because the play was in the corner, he had to guard against Broughton, just backhanding it out through his feet, the way the Red Wings tried on Ritter.
Oleg poke checked away by Burr. Randy McKay had to get back onside and did. Rouse plays it in behind the net. Rouse up, bad pass. Oleg steps up, had it, lost it, in front, still has it. Turnaround shot, save made by Vernon on Mike Peluso. Good play by Peluso to get it lined up and add time. Ciccarelli up ice. The flip.
There is the play on Bob Rouse. It threw him off. It allowed Randy McKay to pinch in and get it. And then a terrific play. Whose stick did he break there? Peluso came right down on Bob Rouse's stick and shattered it in two. So Rouse, number 3 for the Red Wings, just had to go.
One of the Detroit dailies today had a story about how the Devils were happy to see the octopus being thrown on the ice. Shot by Driver, saved Vernon, and he covers. It's because it was always happening after Detroit scored, cutting into their momentum. I think fans have read that, because we've seen a lot less of that tonight. All it's going to take. There hasn't been one. Flipped ahead for Airy. Danico lets it roll into Brodeur. He flips it up the other way and over the glass. And did it touch anything? Could be a delay of game. It is a penalty.
Much of it. Here it is right here. If he shoots that about 10 feet back towards his end, he's got high glass to work with, but he doesn't get the angle that he wants on the...
Not a goal.
Well, they'll see whether or not they can kill this one off. Fedorov's got it. Fedorov drops it down low. A lot of banging on Ciccarelli in front. He is taking a beating out there. Fedorov working the near side. Takes the shot. Ciccarelli! Rebound score! Kozlov! 1-0 Detroit!
The seafood shower begin.
There were some folks not smelling too good.
And here come the kids to get the octopi, all on skates. This is what the Red Wings needed to keep the crowd in it, to get the lead in this game, and now to hopefully hold it. As long as they do that, they've got 20,000 people behind them that have been pretty quiet up until now. Kozlov had it come. Was pretty good move. It won't hurt him, but he'll have to put up with the smell for the rest of the game.
Kozlov on the power play goal gives the Devils a 1-0, gives the Red Wings a 1-0 lead.
Now, Fedorov made the right play here. Once he got it back, he just wound up and got it quickly to the net. Now look at Ciccarelli in front of the net. He got it before Brodeur did, and Dino Ciccarelli deserves a bunch of credit on that play. If Brodeur gets this one, there is no Kozlov goal. Dino actually went down on the hit, on really the trip from Scott Niedermayer, took a beating. Doesn't matter. And then Dino dished it back a little bit. He tried to cross-check Niedermayer in the back. That was the race to the puck. Brodeur and Ciccarelli and Dino won, and Kozlov benefited from it, and so did the Red Wings.
Boy, what a playoff for Kozlov. He had 13 goals during the regular season, and he has already picked up 9. So a power play goal, and the Red Wings lead it, and it does get the Detroit house going. Niedermayer intercepts. Shot deflected wide. Lemieux. Richer tried the center. Comes back to center.
Steve Yzerman, somebody threw a little octopus on the ice, and Steve Yzerman shot it right over the glass back into somebody's face.
Got to check that stick. That puck may go sliding all over the place on his next shot.
I can't believe it.
Cleared out by Coffey. Niedermayer is there. Niedermayer sends it back in. Coffey again intended for Yzerman. Kozlov scoring on the power play goal at 8:10. Ciccarelli and Fedorov pick up the assists on the power play.
Remember the first period? Konstantinov just about put him into the bench. Well, this is the second period. Fetisov stepped up on him. Down.
Matching Miners will get a 4-on-4 situation here. There is Draper.
Will not come back.
Boy, nothing worse in hockey, and those back problems are prevalent in the game. Face-off one again to Coffey. Sends it in. Tipped away by Brodeur, who had to reach out. Good face-off win by Yzerman that time. Back come the Devils. McLean in. McLean shot! Scores! The Devils tie it up with the odd man rush. John McLean held it as long as you can. Took the shot. Trickled by Vernon. 1-1.
Well, we talked about the odd man rushes that the Devils have been able to generate. That's the only thing really that's going to hurt the Detroit Red Wings, because they have played so splendidly defensively. But that ended up to be a 3-on-1 because of the turnover by the Red Wings. And John McLean had a couple of choices. First of all, Scott Niedermayer, who jumped up on the play and made it happen, then stayed over as the decoy. Yeah, tough to see from that angle if Bob Rouse, number 3 for the Red Wings, got a piece of it. But John McLean looked for the pass, and then he said, I'm going to have to let it go. That looked like it hit Bob Rouse's stick and went between the legs of Mike Vernon.
So the Devils respond, and they tie the game up in a 4-on-4 situation. John McLean puts it husband. Tommy Avalon, so when he speaks to Fedorov, Fedorov listens. Dumped away into the middle. Cough up! Shot on Vernon, and the save made. Brian Ralston on the errant pass was wide open in the high slot, gunned it in midsection though on Vernon. Vernon plays it around to Bob Airey, didn't get it. Bobby Holik held it in. Crash line getting out on the ice right now. Ralston still out there. Driver batted it away. Shepard had it, lost it. Holik's got it. Bobby Holik. Poke checked away back to Holik. Ralston Ralston. Ralston sets the pick, didn't have anyone there to get the puck. Detroit having trouble moving out of the zone now. The Devils playing in the Jersey defense. Yzerman poke checked away from him. McLean in the middle. Shot! Save made. Vernon.
That was one-on-one against Bob Roush, who did not have a stick.
Detroit back in. Oh, Stevens stepped up, nailed him. Brodeur has got the puck. What a shot. Is that Roush?
Oh, lights out.
No, that is Kozlov.
Oh, baby. The one guy in this league you do not want to put your head down against. And there was one Devil that was taking Kozlov's attention, and Scott Stevens came across. Hello. I'm telling you, Victor Kozlov does not look like he is with us right now. What a smack.
Scott Stevens, if you ask players around the league who's got the hardest hit, there's your answer.
Oh, Mac.
This country was built on the notion
that into the corner. Vernon will come out to play it. Kozlov has the goal for Detroit that came in the first. Stevens gets it. Deflected in on Vernon. Shot by Lemieux. Deflected wide. Coffey blocked that. Centered by Lemieux. Rolls through. Detroit. Dangerous territory is Dowd went at it. Dowd got slashed. No call. Richer looking. Richer backhander. Vernon covers up with Lemieux coming by.
Boy, the Devils are just slowly but surely taking it away from the Red Wings in this period. On that last came right at one of our cameras down there. I'd say that's a pretty decent call by Terry Gray.
That'll be a penalty about every time.
Yeah. Bob Airy just like it, but Scotty is not afraid to play mind games. There it is right here. Well, there is the stick hold, but it was interesting that Jim Dowd, as the moment, there it is. But Dowd looked like he was pulled down before the play and then held the stick after the play. Doesn't matter. That's all that Terry Gregson saw. But Brian, when he didn't have his stick, and took his helmet off.
And then pushed the helmet away. Centering pass deflected by Lidstrom. Lidstrom. Ciccarelli right on the top of the crease. Shot in. Yzerman. Save made. Ciccarelli was there. Brodeur knocked it away. Back down to Nicholas Lidstrom. Lidstrom. Ciccarelli couldn't handle it. Claude Lemieux on the far side. Lemieux pushes it by everybody. 43 seconds remaining on the penalty. Less than that in the period.
Off the glass. Now, the key to this is the glass is higher around the corner, and then it gets short along where the bench area is. He's a good handler of the puck, but look what happens. The Red Wings go on the power play, and because of that mistake by Martin Brodeur, the Red Wings get in the hockey game. One thing to keep in mind, every coach will tell you that they have to work on that stuff, and the shot's 13, 10 good scoring chances, and 1 goal against. Getting back to what they practice, though, fellas, the coaches say, goaltenders, practice shooting the puck high on the glass, and if I'm not mistaken, that puck was rolling a little bit, so you can't blame Brodeur for doing what is asked of him, but in the meantime, that's a faux pas, I guess you would say, seeing that we're near the French side of Canada. Well, barely anyway, fellas. Anyway, back up to you guys. John Saunders?
All right, Darren, just that wee little shot that went over top of the glass right there. Your goalies have not been involved a lot. What are you doing as a coach right now?
Well, I'll tell you, first of all, you got to give some credit here to Martin Brodeur, or not blame anyway, because the glass in Detroit is very low. Rinks around the league have gone to that 8-10 foot glass, and this is very low. That's the only mistake he makes all night. He's had him second.
It's just part of the playoffs, right?
Well, we don't really like to talk about injuries during the playoffs. In fact, we don't call them injuries.
What do you call them?
Boo-boos.
Most dangerous. Claude Lemieux leading the team, 12 goals, first overall in the playoffs with 12. Onside, Federer scores! They needed it! They got it!
The Red Wings go to the right side. Everybody goes to the right. All the Devils to the left. It went Fetisov to the right side to Steve Yzerman and then to Sergei Fedorov, and he just ripped it home. Oh, good shot. I mean, that actually went right under Brodeur's arm. But Fetisov stepped up on the play and cut it, and then made the rink-wide pass and caught all the Devils on one side of the ice.
Chambers got a piece of that as it was going by. The defenseman blocking it. Puck's free here. Drake was seasoned, pays for it. Driver on him, then a hit by Dowd who moved in. D changing up for Detroit. McCarty swept it in front. Detroit to bang it home. Driver pushes it off to the corner. Rouse and Zalapukin do battle. Knocked away by Krushelnyski. Dow hits with a much bigger man. And they are still going at it. Ciccarelli's lost his helmet. This will fire up the Detroit Red Wings. Dino Ciccarelli, their gunboat at large, has put on a show on this ship. Now, Howe sends it in. Brodeur comes back to get it. Both teams change. Long shift for the Devils, who got caught there in the defensive zone on one of those. 2-1, Wings on top. We're in the third period of Game 2 after the Devils won Game 1. Fedorov held it in. Stevens, big hit on the far side as he and Ciccarelli went at it. Poked away by McKay. Fedorov held it in again. Stevens and Ciccarelli do battle. And I mean battle.
And you know what? Dino Ciccarelli held his own on both of those big hits with a much bigger man.
And they are still going at it. Ciccarelli's lost his helmet. This will fire up the Detroit Red Wings. Dino Ciccarelli, their gunboat at large, has initially can't do it again, though. Short-handed Lemieux. Claude Lemieux fakes one, takes it right into Vernon's midsection. Vernon dropped it off, and Lemieux came around the net and almost intercepted. Fedorov was there. Fedorov feeds it off on the right side. Ciccarelli bopped out of the play. Brodeur again tries to clear, didn't get it out. Wound up Fetisov, shot deflected over the net. Shepard was set up in front and deflected it. Wrap around, no chance. Fedorov looking for Fetisov at the point. Broughton puts it by him. Back to get it is Paul Caulfield. Red Wings have 27 left in the power play. Shepard forced it in. Backed up by Brodeur to Niedermayer. In low, Shepard shot, save Brodeur! Ray Shepard all alone on the power play chance. John McLean brings it out for the Devils.
That's as aggressive as you'll see Martin Brodeur. He came shooting out at Ray Shepard and took off.
Working with Zalapukin in the middle. Zalapukin to Richer, that hard shot, save Vernon! Rebound just went wide of the net. Valeri Zalapukin was sprawling and poked it, but couldn't direct it on Vernon. Chambers back to get. Trying to clear it up, doesn't get it by him. Ciccarelli again, banging with Dowd. Sends it in for Taylor. Taylor tied up by Tommy Avalon. Picked up behind the net by nobody. Comes near side. Red Wings able to hold it in. Ciccarelli tried to dump it in front. Dowd blocked it. Dowd didn't ever stick for a minute. Here's Niedermayer. He can fly. Niedermayer Richer the trailer. Niedermayer just missed. Niedermayer scores! Scott Niedermayer, the 21-year-old, showing you why. Despite the fact he's played mostly D for the Devils, he is an offensive threat.
Well, we mentioned that Jacques Lemaire has given him the green light. When I asked Lemaire this morning, he said, no, he can go if he thinks he's got daylight and he's not going to hurt us defensively. What a play, Gary. I mean, he made a move to pull it back on the forehand to get the original shot away. That was second to none. Man, and here you talk about a solo end-to-ender. This is coast to coast. Watch this. He looked like he was going to the backhand on Paul Coffey, and then he pulled it back to the forehand, shot it wide. The monster for any goaltender. Remember how Dino Ciccarelli scored in Game 1? The shot went wide of Brodeur behind the net and out the other side. I know Darren Banks will tell us about it when he gets a chance, but when a goaltender goes down like that and the shot misses.
Fedorov moving in. Fedorov will ship that one in hard. Detroit completes a change. Doug Brown on the far side. Kicks it deeper. Back to get it Fedorov. Chambers on his back. Fedorov moves up. Fedorov shot. Save Brodeur. Got it between the pads. 8:22 left in the... Fedorov tied up by Lemieux. Still goes. Fedorov moved it in. Fedorov hit by Tommy Avalon. Still has the puck. Fedorov turning back. Fedorov winding up. Fedorov shot. Bounced off the side of the net. Lemieux takes it to the corner. What an individual effort by Sergei Fedorov. And he was that close. Ciccarelli waiting for help. Fedorov still out there, but tired now. He'll head to the bench. Detroit completing their line change. Fetisov moving in to help Ciccarelli. Hit from behind by Carpenter. Stevens sent it into the middle. Devils trying to break half McLean on one wing. Richer on the other. Richer over to McLean. He was wide open. Centering pass in front. No shot. Broughton was tied up from behind. Good chance for the Devils in the rush. Yzerman just clears it out of the zone. Stevens back to get it. Flipped ahead for John McLean. Couldn't handle. Fetisov will chase this down. In front of his own goaltender to Rouse. Rouse dumps it to the middle. Both teams waiting to complete line changes. Detroit doing it now. shot deflected again by Chambers. Another shot blocked. Bob Airey took that. 5 minutes left to go in regulation. Near side, Guerin shot gloved down by Vernon. Taylor will come back to pick it up. Taylor gets hit by Zelepukin, got it around to Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli coming through the middle. Just in time to see a hit coming backed off it. Maybe not in time to regroup. Holik! Saved by Vernon. Bobby Holik's the man who put the check on Ciccarelli, then stayed right there and ended up going in on Vernon. Third back through center by Lemieux. The boards. Krushelnyski starts it in. Krushelnyski shot it right into Niedermayer. Rebound shot. Brodeur makes the save. That hurt a little bit. Draper turned around and gunned it in, and Brodeur is going to stretch a little bit on that one. Arviza, Cardi did get there first, but nowhere to go with it. Reflected in the middle of Dowd. Dowd with Coffey in front of him. Chambers picks it up. Chambers, the defenseman for Dowd. Dowd drops it on the far side. Shot deflected out deep. Defenseman is down on the ice. And a player hurt. Chambers shot. Vernon the save. Jim Dowd scores! A Detroit Red Wing was down on the ice for all of that. Paul Coffey blocked the shot, stayed down, and the Devils have a 3-2 lead.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Paul Coffey went down, and the Devils maintained control. What do you do in that situation, Andy Van Hellemond? He is not in the finals, but that is the play that Andy Van Hellemond had such a problem with and ended up paying for in the series between the New York Rangers and the Quebec Nordiques. It turned out to be a tremendous controversy. The Red Wings coaches jumped up and down in the air as soon as the goal went in the net, because they realized that Paul Coffey was down and hurt.
The referee has the discretion of blowing the whistle if he feels it is a serious injury, serious enough to warrant stoppage of play immediately. If he doesn't feel that, and the opposing team continues in possession of the puck, the play goes on until the team with the hurt player gains possession.
And it was a lower extremity injury, which Terry Gregson may have seen. And that's perhaps why he did not blow it down. It hit him in the back of the leg. Coffey actually was turned backwards to the shooter. Hit him in the back. There's no question he's in a lot of pain. But is it going to be life-threatening? Is it going to threaten his health to lie in pain? That's a tough call. Not saying Terry Gregson made the wrong call. I just knew it would be something that the Detroit Red Wings would argue immediately. Now to the goal. Mike Vernon could not control the rebound. It was a good shot from, I believe, Chambers from the point. Oh, yeah, Paul Coffey realizes now that he's not only in pain, but that the goal has gone in behind him. Jim Dowd stood right there, and Mike Vernon laid the rebound out for him perfectly. 3-2 with 1:24 to go.
Amazing. It's been a not out. Fedorov couldn't hold it in. Lemieux banked it away. On the near side, Shepard. Shepard guns it in. You're watching the clock tick down. You are hearing the crowd tick down. Intercepted. Richer. This game is history. The New Jersey Devils take a 4-2 lead with 20.9 seconds left in another masterful performance. Never giving up on the discipline that has brought them to the Stanley Cup Finals.
And Gary, they, again, never led until 1:24 to go in this hockey game. The Detroit Red Wings on Devils, but even more so now that they're down 2 games. Mike Vernon of the Red Wings late in game 2, 1:24 to go with Paul Coffey flat on his face. This shot from the point, Vernon was not able to control the rebound, and Jim Dowd scored the winner. A lot of people down on Mike Vernon. He's going to have to stay focused. There are not going to be many shots for both of these goaltenders, and that tells you that every shot is going to be huge.
New Jersey Devils already have been in a series where they won the first 2, and then Philadelphia came back against them. They don't want that to happen again. We'll see whether or not Detroit can turn those tables. These are the 2 teams left to get on the cup. Back to Sports Center.
Thanks, guys.
Comes to good times. Tennessee rates hockey right behind corn dogs and tractor pulls. What's next? The Martin Brodeur Family Theater in Branson, Missouri? You know, all of a sudden, I feel like Jeff Foxworthy. If you think a Zamboni is something that would taste good with mustard, you might be a redneck. But the beauty of sport is conflict. The Garden State versus the Moonshine State. One fine hockey team, 2 potential homes. New Jersey, Nashville. Let's see how they stack up at the tail of the tape. City or state? New Jersey, state. Nashville, city. Advantage, Nashville in a squeaker. State mottos. New Jersey, we're garbage barge friendly. Nashville, we ain't much for book learning. Advantage, Jersey. Coliseum names: New Jersey, the Brendan Byrne Arena; Nashville, the Junior Samples Memorial Omniplex. Advantage Nashville, a man so big they had to bury him inside a municipal auditorium. Stadium food favorites: New Jersey, pizza; Nashville, possum. Advantage Nashville, they say it tastes like chicken. Team songs: Nashville, theme from Deliverance; New Jersey, here we go, Satan, here we go. Advantage push. Definition of icing: Nashville, the gooey stuff on top of a moon pie; New Jersey, a hit by the Gambino crime family. Advantage push. There are no winners here. Best player: New Jersey, Claude Lemieux; Nashville, Mr. Roy Clark. Advantage Nashville. Greatest moment in franchise history: Nashville Devils, the day they actually outdraw Travis Tritt; New Jersey Devils.
You're crazy. You're good because you fell, you fat pig. Have another goal night.
Ah, that Noel Coward wit. Advantage Devils. Strategy: New Jersey, neutral zone trap; Nashville, tush push. Advantage push. AKA Nashville, Music City; New Jersey, the place they dump dead mobsters. Advantage push. Local food chains: New Jersey, Friendly's, home of the fribble; Nashville, Cappy's Gravy Hutch, hot, steaming, and brown. Advantage Nashville. And finally, tough, big-bodied enforcers: New Jersey, Scott Stevens; Nashville, Winona. Advantage Nashville. So there you have it. It's so simple when you break things down scientifically. In a wrist shot through the 5-hole, the advantage goes to Nashville, where the fans are so hockey ignorant they think they can hire Pat Riley now. But first, a little thing called the Stanley Cup Finals, which this year sounds like a low-budget martial arts movie. Devil meets octopus in neutral zone trap. And perhaps Lady Justice, in all her infinite wisdom, has evened the scales. New Jersey might be losing the Devils, but just this week it's official. Nashville must swallow hard and face the cancellation of Hee Haw. With mixed emotions, I can only say, push. Until next time, I'm Nick Bakay, reminding you the numbers never lie.
Thank you, Nick. Now we understand. Wonder if the Devils will be celebrating after Game 3 as well. 8 p.m. Eastern, coming your way on ESPN right after Quest for the Cup. Stick with us.
In the history of this building, no event has been more important than tonight's game. The fans trickled in early this morning, many just to be here. Now they're coming in droves for Game 3, firing their Devils up. And the Red Wings, they arrived hoping New Jersey wouldn't make them run away and hide. Inside, injured in the series against the San Jose Sharks. Missed a couple of games against the Chicago Blackhawks. He had a knee problem. Some suspect he even went in and had knee surgery. He has not been the same. 1 goal in 4 games since that injury. Ray Sheppard gets cross-checked by Dirk Graham, and watch him try to get to his feet, folks. He was out on his feet at least twice as he tried to get up. Ray Sheppard has not been the same. 1 goal in 4 games since his injury. Sergei Fedorov, Gerald Didick nailed him twice on the same shift in Game 3 in Chicago. A goal and 2 assists in 3 games since that injury. And Paul Coffey, New Jersey has simply gone after Paul Coffey, taking him into the boards any chance they had, and the game-winning goal coming when he was hurt. But no one was hit harder than Slava Kozlov, who gets nailed by Scott Stevens, knocked out cold on the play, actually came back after missing the rest of the period and finished the game. You got to give the guy a lot of credit for that. But this is a banged-up hockey team.
I got a headache just watching those clips, John. But you know, the funny part about this whole thing is they were not hurt at all this series. This year, they were a very healthy club all year long, no major injuries. And then they reached the playoff series, and everybody that was skilled got hurt. Yzerman, Fedorov, Sheppard, Kozlov, all their skilled guys got a serious injury, and skilled guys have a lot of trouble playing.
He has been going to a movie before every game. When doing so, the New Jersey Devils are 14-1. Last night, he tells me he went to Bridges of Madison County. Martin Brodeur, in the meantime, is a pretty relaxed guy, and through the thunderstorms and lightning at their practice rink, we had a chance to talk with Martin Brodeur.
When you think of everything that you've done so far, Martin, and achieving the great status that you're achieving last year, semi-final, 1 win away from the final, this year a final, you're the top echelon of goaltenders in the NHL.
Well, you know, that's one thing I wanted to be. It's wanted to be on top, you know, wanted to be, as one of the best goalies. And I think, you know, you can't be shy if they want to make that if they want to compare to you to those guys, just accept it. Doesn't mean that you're going to need to do what they did, you know. You go out there and you just want to play as hard as you can get. And I don't think there's nothing that, the only thing I'm scared is that octopus flying. I don't want to get hit in the face. That's the only thing I'm scared of.
That's why you stayed in your net when they were coming out.
Yeah, well, when they scored, I just buried my head there. And it's not because I'm pissed or anything. It's just I don't want to get hit. It's smelly.
Did you always want to be a goalie?
Oh no, you know, I would like to be a forward still, you know, but I think I made the right decision.
We had hidden cameras on you, and watching you be a forward in practice, you could tell that it was not wearing the goalie pads, not facing shots. It was just fun out there.
Yeah, it's great. I'm just a kid, you know, that's the way I see myself. I'm like looking around and you see those guys, and I just feel that, you know, I go out there and I just play. It's fun. I think I'm enjoying myself like, you know, nobody can, I'm sure.
Look. Brodeur sails it down the ice. It is wide.
Speaking of, you know, goals and stuff, you just missed. It was 1.5 feet in a game against Ottawa. You tried it against Boston. You talked about, you know, playing forward and all that. Scoring a goal. Is it a priority for Martin Brodeur?
You know, that's one thing I would like to do. You know, I think it's there's not that many goalie who can do it or get the guts to try it. And I just feel that I'm going to do it one of these. I don't know when, but I'm going to try my hardest I can to do it.
It comes to Martin. What'll he do? Here he goes with a long toss, and it's wide.
You know, I'll have one, I'm sure.
The ultimate would be, of course, you talk about team goals, the Stanley Cup, scoring a goal.
Yeah.
Couple, you know, seconds left, you got a 2-goal lead, and you score a goal.
Yeah, that would be great. But I don't know if I'll try it. I will be too chicken. I'll chicken out. I'll just drop it down.
I can't imagine that Martin Brodeur would get nervous about anything, and given the chance, I'm sure he would take that opportunity. Now, everybody knows Martin Brodeur is a pretty big guy, handles the puck well, has a good glove. What has impressed me most about Martin Brodeur through the Stanley Cup final is the goals that he has given up. Yeah, well, that's right. How does that impress you? Well, they're all goals that should go in the net. Goals that he has simply no chance on. And that was Game 1, a power play goal. Game 2 with Cicerelli in front of the net again. The Red Wings working the puck around. He makes 2 saves, and sure enough, Kozlov scores. But again, a goal goal that should go in the net. Fedorov has an open chance. Well, he was last year's MVP. He is supposed to score those goals. When a goaltender makes the saves that he's supposed to make, then that gives the team a lot of confidence. And that's exactly what the New Jersey Devils have when Martin Brodeur is in net. John Saunders?
All right, Darren, thanks a lot. And Darren makes a great point. Only 35 shots for the Red Wings, but 32 of them have been stopped.
Yeah, and also, I'll tell you, give some credit to their defense because they prevent a lot of shots from getting through. They also do a good job of letting Martin Brodeur see the puck, and that's really important, I think, and one of the reasons why Martin's been so successful.
Well, I think anybody that only sees 17 shots per game as Martin Brodeur has, I think this guy should maybe go out and play left wing a little bit. I thought he looked big and strong. He looks like he could play for most teams in the NHL on the left side the way he skates.
Day one. His name is on this score sheet. This is the official score sheet from the last game. Down here where the 3 stars are. We'll tell you about that in a minute. The guy we're talking about, Scott Niedermayer. This kid is only 21 years old. This goal in the last game still has everybody oohing and aahing. Take a look at the 3-star selections for the last game.
And this is really a mistake, but Scott Niedermayer could have gotten a star for offense and a star for defense. That was an accident. You know what? This isn't. This really happened in the 40s.
You believe that? Maurice Richard had all 5 goals for Montreal against Toronto. The only time in National Hockey League history somebody was named the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd star.
All you got to do is get all 5 goals. I mean, it's not that big a deal. But one comment about Scott Niedermayer, I think he elevated his play, I think, noticeably in Game 6 of the Flyers series. At 21,
might squeak under him like Richier's goal and maybe John McLean's goal. So he certainly has to get things going. And I think for Mike Vernon, after giving up that game-winning goal, he worked on his glove an awful lot, catching the glove, not letting it go off the blocker in front of the net. He's focused for this one. Fellas, back up to you.
It would be very easy, Darren, to be a nervous goaltender going into this one.
John, thanks very much. You think these fans aren't ready here? They've waited a long time for a Stanley Cup Finals game. They're going to be white hot when they get inside. They were a heavily favored, star-laden team as they entered the Stanley Cup Finals. Stung by a loss in Game 1. Determined to turn it around in Game 2. And it looked like they would. Sergei Fedorov gave the Red Wings a 3rd period lead. And Detroit looked ready to even the series at 1. But this is a determined New Jersey Devil team. They have veteran leadership. And Detroit knew they were in for another white-knuckle finish. Youth served, Jim Dowd, the game-winning goal. The veteran Paul Coffey couldn't believe it. Scotty Bowman saying we're not done yet. But time is running out for the Detroit Red Wings, and the Stars have got to shine again. This is the Brendan Byrne Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and for the first time ever, they will play host to a Stanley Cup Finals game. The Red Wings and the Devils in Game 3. Yes, they have waited a long time. This is the first banner ever in New Jersey Devils history, all the way back to 1982 when they opened up against Pittsburgh on opening night. Maybe this is going to be the year of the underdog. He get his name on there, and can this 21-year-old continue his magnificent performance? Scott Niedermayer.
Each year, one NHL team in city gets to take it home. Now, you can own a piece of NHL history by ordering the official 1995 Stanley Cup Championship tape. Relive the drama and passion of the most fiercely contested award in professional sports over and over again. To order the official 1995 Stanley Cup Championship tape, call 1-800-GO.
Most of them will be cheering just as that one is for the New Jersey Devils. PA announcer here at the Meadowlands, Bob Arcina.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the Western Conference champion, Detroit Red Wings. Number 3, defenseman Bob Rouse. Number 5, defenseman Nicklas Lidstrom. Number 13, center Vyacheslav Kozlov. Number 15, defenseman Mike Ramsey. Number 16, defenseman Vladimir Konstantinov. Number 17, right wing Doug Brown. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the Eastern Conference champions, your New Jersey Devils. Number 3, defenseman Ken Daneyko. Number 4, defenseman and captain of the Devils, Scott Stevens. Number 6, defenseman Tommy Albaline. Number 8, left wing, Mike Peluso. Number 9, center Neil Broughton. Number 12, right wing, Bill Guerin. Number 15, right wing, John McLean. Number 16, center Bobby Holy. Number 17, left wing, Tom Torski. Number 18, center Sergei Brylin. Number 19, center Bob Carpenter. Number 21, right wing, Randy McKay. Number 22, right wing, Ford Lemieux. Number 23, defenseman, Bruce Driver. Number 25, left wing, Valery Zelepukin. Number 27, defenseman Scott Niedermayer. Number 29, defenseman Sean Chambers. Number 44, right wing, Stefan Riche. Number 31, goaltender Chris Terreri. And number 30, goaltender Martin Brodeur. The assistant coaches, Larry Robinson, Jacques Perron, and Dennis Gendron.
And the game 3 for the Red Wings to survive.
Gary Fraser's ready to go, and the face-off of game 3 Keith Primo is playing tonight. Fedorov's line starts. That's Fedorov going after Stevens. He got held up by Chambers. Broughton cleared it away into the middle. Mike Vernon, the goaltender for Detroit. Konstantinov plays it around for Fedorov. Fedorov banged off the boards to himself. McLean pinned him in. Near side chip in just wide of the net. Tom Chorsky. Chorsky, that was an intended pass, and almost as it missed, Neil Broughton went on net. Set in down the wing side. Konstantinov, big hit by Stevens right away. Our first line changes. We'll take a look at Keith Primo tonight to see if he looks healthy. He is out there right now. And Steve Yzerman and Dino Ciccarelli are skating with him, not the way they skated in the warm-up.
That may change, but you know one way or the other, the Devils are going to test Keith Primo. I mean, he may not last, but at least he's going to give it a try.
Back into the zone, Richer giving chase, beaten to it by Lidstrom. Poked away off the near side boards. Lemieux sends it in. Carpenter, Lemieux, and Richer, they couldn't get a shot. Lidstrom does, deflected again by Driver off his skate. Driver checking the leg. Yzerman shot it in wide. They're gunning. Lidstrom back, shot, save Brodeur. Pulls it in as Bob Airy was tied up in front of the net by Driver.
And Bob Airy was waiting for half of that time.
Still a 4-on-4. Now it's over. Teams back at full strength. There's Primo and Lemieux just coming out of the box. Konstantinov brings it up. Konstantinov to Draper. His shot blocked. Again, Chambers. Behind the net, Shepard. Shepard in front. Backhander. Loose. Side of the net. Draper couldn't drive it home. Draper had the chance and he couldn't get it by the post.
He did get it out and he got his shot away. What an incredible save by Martin Brodeur. He got that one with his stick.
They are coming up big time early here. The Devils, Brodeur. And they're hitting as always. Shot put on in the corner by Mike Peluso. Here come the Red Wings the other way. Keith Primo. Primo trying to move. Primo centered for Draper. Busted up by Peluso. Fetisov the hit by Holik. The crash line is living up to their name. Niedermeyer dismissed it wide. Wide open start. Cleared up and out of the zone by Tim Taylor, who gets some more action tonight. He played in the last game and he's back in the lineup here. Fetisov back to get it. The 19,000 plus loving it. Is not playing tonight for the Devils. Yzerman moves up. Driver puts the hit on. Broken stick out there on the ice. Broughton gets the puck away over Kerry Fraser's head.
And you know, the fact that we've got end-to-end hockey is not unusual. Teams, even if they're disciplined defensively, in this case the Devils, you come home, you get so much emotion before the game, it takes a while to cut the edge off it.
Here's Fedorov with Driver on him. Fedorov wraparound. Fedorov, he looks 100% tonight. Paul Coffey leaves it. Shot Lidstrom. Again blocked out deep. And cleared, no. Lemieux blocked that shot. The Devils have already had at least 3 shots. They've blocked. Carpenter sent it in wide. Played by Mike Vernon. Vernon clears it up near side. Kozlov intended. Lemieux had moved in. Kozlov and Lemieux do battle. Richer the puck. Richer to Lemieux. Covered up by Vernon. Squeeze in at the side of the net.
Redwing's got a break. It hit the stick that was lying on the ice. Chris Draper pulled it out. Brodeur stopped it. We've looked at it from a couple of angles. That was very, very close because the puck actually got up on it. It has to cross the red line 100%. All of the puck has to be across the red line. Oh, man, how close. And you see Brodeur's stick, the point of the blade gets caught up in the twine. So Brodeur can only go so far with his stick, and Draper ended up hitting it.
That's what's happened to Detroit. Chambers centered, hit the side of the net, got it back. Chambers, the defenseman, in down low to Stevens, near side Chorsky. Chorsky sent it in, save! McLean tipped it, Vernon the save. Rebound battered wide, Broughton. Vernon doesn't know where it is. Vernon never saw that last shot. Down low, it's finally knocked away by Dino Ciccarelli. Stevens on him, held in by Chorsky. And here they come 2-on-1 up ice. Yzerman. Yzerman in, wait, shot! And he ripped that one high.
I think he got a piece of it. Chambers did on the way back.
Chambers had a stick out there and looked like he tipped it. Coffey trying to dump it in as it blocked by Broughton. As both teams are looking for hangers in the middle. Shepard was up there that time. Chased down this time. Ramsey was there. Played around into Shepard. Shepard flipped it back into the middle. Loose there. Couldn't be played by Draper. McCarty brings it in over to Draper. Draper back in front. No shot. Hit the side of the net. Niedermeyer tying McCarty. Centered again. Fetisov save Brodeur. Slava Fetisov all alone. Shot it right into the pads of Martin Brodeur.
That could have been Slava Fetisov's sweetest goal of his career.
The former New Jersey Devil who was here earlier this year. There is Fetisov. Had an assist on the goal the other night. Cleared ahead by Taylor. Can't connect. Real big-time hitting again early in this game.
This is that we saw in the first two games. This game is wide open. Both goaltenders with terrific saves so far. Slava Fetisov ripped that one. Martin Brodeur came out and just gobbled him up. I mean, there was hardly anything to shoot at. As far as the style of this game, the Detroit Red Wings will match the Devils in the patience department if they don't have to worry about the crash line being ready when they get out on the ice. Mike Peluso plays the left side on the crash line, out for the last faceoff against Martin Lapointe. Ooh, come on. Really ready to go on that one. That Martin Lapointe, I mean, part of the reason he is in the lineup, big, strong, likes to hit, not afraid to fight. But I'll tell you what, the time has to be right at this stage of his hockey season.
Man, the first time he's played in the playoffs this year. Lemieux shot deflected by Coffey wide. Lapointe is playing in only his 8th playoff game ever. Richer, save Vernon. Rebound, tipped by Richer. Lemieux couldn't get it. Richer got it back. Richer centered, shot. Deflected, may have caught the blocker. Stephane Richer is setting him up. Bobby Carpenter had the chance that time. Carpenter able to hold it in. Carpenter dumps it a little deeper behind the net. Richer again. Richer to Lemieux. Lemieux battling away. Sergei Fedorov there with him. This line is putting real offensive pressure on for the Devils. Bobby Carpenter, the center on it with Richer and Lemieux. Tipped in.
It really helps the Devils when the Red Wings stand and watch. Nobody moved to Richer when he was behind the goal line, and nobody moved to Carpenter, who was wide open at the top of the circle.
Shots are 5-4 in favor of Detroit. 11:35 to go. Scoreless first here in Game 3. Dami Avalon sends it in. Behind the net, Vernon holding it up for Ramsey. Ramsey comes around. Devils complete a line change. Ramsey had to go back to get it. Keith Primo has come out. Steve Yzerman is up on this line with him, along with Dino Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli's on the right. Primo in. Primo shot just missed. Rebound did not come to Ciccarelli as Niedermeyer stepped in between him and the puck. Broughton gets it up, intended for Chorsky. Vernon there to play it, tried to help, shot it right to John McLean. McLean couldn't get all of that. It was on in. McLean.
Well, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, highly publicized. Scotty Bowman's complaint with the stick holes that the Devils have laid on the Detroit Red Wings. At least that was Scotty Bowman's point. Double-edged sword. You alert the officials to those types of infractions, and you better not be guilty of them yourself.
Konstantinov picks up the holding the stick, and the New Jersey Devils will get the first power play of this game. Playoff year. The penalty killers to the Detroit Red Wings are 8th in the playoffs. Chambers back, Niedermeyer, that was a pass, and it went wide. Zelepukin was cutting through. Breland's lost his helmet. Zelepukin, Guerin, and Breland up front. Back over to Chambers. Chambers behind the back to Breland. Breland pinned up along the boards. Got it back to Zelepukin. Back to Breland. Breland moving. Drops the pass. Niedermeyer. Shot and a save made. Centering pass all the way back. Chambers shot. Blocked out deep. That could be a penalty right there. Bob Airey going to let go of it. He did just in time, or he would have had a delay of game call. Airey was able to flip that away, and Draper got it out of the zone.
Kerry Fraser made, I think, a great...
Meyer and McKay, they're everywhere. Shot blocked out in front as Broughton got dumped. Short-handed. Here comes Primo. Primo moving it alone. Primo shot, and he missed it. He was going back for the short side as he had Martin Brodeur moving. Power play down to 36 seconds for the Devils. Broughton moves it into John McLean. Back to Broughton. Neil Broughton looking into the middle. McLean stays up top. Driver shot. Score!
The New Jersey Devils power play that had 3 cracks in Game 2 and not one shot on goal has officially come alive. Multiple scoring opportunities, and then finally that shot from Bruce Driver. At one point it looked like it was deflected in front. That replay didn't look like Randy McKay got it at all, and here is the New Jersey equivalent to answer the octopus craze in Detroit. Lobster, little bit of mackerel, and a little bit of inflatable octopus.
They said tonight they were going to throw out steaks so they could have surf and turf. There's Coffey, the shot. Save made Brodeur, rebound. Chorsky up and out.
Kenny Danico looked like he just stepped in front.
McLean knocked it away to Broughton. He's alone. Coffey back. Neil Broughton, short-handed, save made by Vernon. Coffey picks up the rebound. 7 left on this power play for the Red Wings. Coffey dropped it off, far side. Stevens cleared it right back out. Red Wings were changing. They clear the zone, but it's over. Power play over. They're 0 for 1 in this game, 2 for 9 in the series. Even strength, 1-0, Devils lead. Lapointe had it behind the net, digging for it, Lapointe. Martin Lapointe tied up, taken down. Lapointe hit by Bobby Holik, grabs his stick. Dump to the near side to Draper. Draper, full strength here, back behind the net. Stevens put the hit on, comes near side. Lapointe pushed it up, Draper stepped in to help. Couldn't get it back, Niedermeyer was there, Zelepukin clears. Billy Guerin the cut, Fetisov there. Slava Fetisov looking wide side, had nobody. Nice stick handling because he had nobody on the ice with him, they were changing. Billy Guerin on the near side. Guerin waiting for a leading in this series 2 games to none. And a 1-0 lead here.
You see that puck kick out when it was going in around the glass. You don't think Martin Brodeur doesn't know the glass? He didn't even go out of his net to go behind the net. He kind of sensed that it happened.
In front, Fedorov shot blocked by Chambers. Boy, the Red Wings really, the level of frustration's got to be enormous. Just trying to get the puck on Brodeur. Run in by Fedorov to Kozlov. His pass was blocked again by Carpenter. Richer out there at center, avoiding the hit of Brown, sends it into the zone. Ramsey goes back to get it. Ramsey teamed up with Nicholas Lidstrom on defense here. Kozlov tied for the lead in goal scoring in the playoffs with Ciccarelli. Here comes Chorsky. His shot saved by Vernon. Every save by Vernon, huge here. Broughton turns around, shot. Vernon gloves it down.
That is huge. What a terrific save by Mike Vernon. He was down in a splits position because he had a screen coming to him. The Devils keep driving the net.
The shot department as they have a 12-5 edge here in this first period with 5 minutes left to go in shots on goal. Not anything new. As Bill said earlier, that means this man must come up huge. Look at how they have shut it down. The numbers are Detroit brought back out by Primo, and it's been obvious in this game that's what's happened. Back to Yzerman. Yzerman gets it through, and that's what happens when it gets through. Brodeur gloves it down. Then the Devils clear out Primo in front of the net. Power play goal, the only one up on the board here first. Now we've got another 4-on-4 situation here with Lapointe for unsportsmanlike, same for Guerin at 16:38. Devils leading at 1-0 on Bruce Driver's power play goal at 10:30. Lemieux scores! Claude Lemieux!
Clutch has done it again. This long cross-ice pass was all Claude Lemieux needed to get in behind and get the shot away. Boy, oh boy. Claude Lemieux somehow owns goaltenders from that spot. Now that bounce, that had to give Mike Vernon a hard time with the bounce. But Ron Hextall shouldn't feel so bad. Kenny Reagan shouldn't feel so bad. Even Mike Vernon, who has made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, knows Claude Lemieux on that side seems to own everybody.
Same spot, same result. Whistle off. Claude Lemieux's 52nd career playoff goal, his 13th of this playoff year. Carpenter and Stevens, the assists at 16:52. That is
at a crucial part of the hockey game. It would have given the Detroit Red Wings a 1-0 lead, but Draper is nullified on this glorious opportunity, and Martin Brodeur gets the paddle of his stick along the goal line inside the post and makes an unbelievable save, and the kind of save that can certainly turn the bench around and really give your team the hockey, the kind of confidence that is necessary. Now, when the bench looks at a save like that, they got to be glowing. Their eyes have to get huge, and at the other end of the ice, certainly there's a lot of pressure on Mike Vernon. We've all known that throughout it, and that last goal
done, depending on what happens, you might look back at that as one of the key points. He's also been pretty aggressive in front too. I mean, that's something that you don't talk about very often with Martin Brodeur, but he's 6 feet tall, weighs 195, and he'll poke guys to get them out of the way. The crash line, you do not have to worry about poking anybody. They're just going to run over him. That was Mike Peluso early in the game trying to set the tone for the New Jersey Devils. Now, we talk about the trap, but watch the Devils trying to forecheck here. They do forecheck if they can get pressure. Dumped in, Zelepukin to Breland. Now, Breland will misplay this, and he fights off 2 Red Wings here. Finally, the Red Wings get it going the other way, and the Devils don't have time to trap, do they? Because 2 of their guys are caught, but still swarm defense. You don't only have to beat 1 guy, you have to beat 2 guys. And the Detroit Red Wings on that rush, and for that matter, not very often in the period, did they beat either the first guy or the second guy. So that tells you, that replay, there's far more to this New Jersey Devils hockey team than just the trap.
Isn't that amazing? A 4-on-4 goal at 16:52. The 2-0 lead for the Devils. Keith Primo did not play in the last games. Played a lot. Turnover, McLean. McLean to Broughton. Broughton waiting. Flicking to the other wing. Can't get it through Mike Vernon. Vernon without a stick. Vernon without a stick. Back to the point, Chambers. Chambers moves to the middle. Vernon without a stick. Deflected in front. Here comes Stevens. Vernon without a stick still. Back up to Chambers. Chambers pass partially blocked by Dino Ciccarelli. Huge play right there for the Red Wings. That's all about Jacques Lemaire.
There's a stick hold right there, but that was after the whistle blew. Tim Taylor had a stick that pulled right out of his hand by Claude Lemieux. You get away with that once the whistle.
The other way. Brought back in Ciccarelli. Great pass. Down low. Shot. Save. Constantino deflected it wide. And Bruce Driver was right in front of Brodeur to help out on that rebound chance. Dino Ciccarelli. He and Draper combining on the last opportunity. Picked up by Peluso. But Detroit gets nothing for it. Brought back up by Driver, and he'll send it in.
Well, that was kind of a comical scene right there. Mike Peluso was looking over at Kerry Fraser saying, what about that? That was a slash. And right behind him, Chris Draper was complaining about a stick hold. Both teams wanted a call.
Intercepted by Broughton at center. Chase down, Chorsky in the corner, Constantine off on him. Fetisov still having had an odd man rush. Primo in, shot, save made by Brodeur. Martin Brodeur and the backhander by Keith Primo.
Well, Keith Primo has been the best player on the ice for the Detroit Red Wings. No question about it. He has not really been hit hard yet, so he is still surviving out there, even with his bad side. This is a good Detroit scoring chance right here. The battle had been waged along the boards between Chris Draper and Bobby Holik, and Draper won the battle. It was a strict coverage battle, and Draper beat him wide along the boards. Martin Brodeur helped himself again with the poke check. Gosh, he's so underrated with the use of his stick, and to me, that is the biggest improvement of Martin Brodeur over last year, his use of his stick, especially in the attempted wraparound.
And Jacques Caron deserves some credit.
You don't think the Devils are hot? They bounced off Sean Chambers' stick, skate right on Stevens.
Ryan scores! Neil Broughton, 3-0 Devils!
The hole gets deeper for the Detroit Red Wings. The one thing that Claude Lemieux's goal did in the first period was sends a signal to his teammates. Mike Vernon can be beaten from just inside the blue line. Neil Broughton had tried a couple of long shots. He tried another one here. And look, the defense is back up and given the blue line. Neil Broughton was allowed to walk right in and let it rip. Both Lidstrom and Mike Ramsey backed in and let Neil Broughton get right into a shooting position. He ripped it home low. It looked like under Mike Vernon. A 3-0 lead.
One of the incredible picks for a playoff team has been Neil Broughton. Came over from Dallas where he was just suffering and not doing anything and has turned it on with New Jersey. Neil Broughton has scored his first goal of this series and has given the Devils a 3-0 lead in the second period.
Very much. Right there off the toe, redirected it by Mike Vernon, Ramsey and Broughton, the 2 guys that played in the Miracle on Ice in 1980, Lake Placid. One of them will have his name on the Stanley Cup, and he will be only the second player from that gold medal team to do that. Kenny Morrow is the only other guy that has his name on the Stanley Cup from that team.
Neil Broughton gives the Devils the 3-0 lead on the goal. Red Wings 7 shots in that first period, the most they've had in this series. Tying that again. Randy McKay behind the net. McKay looking. Boy, the Devils are just wide open. Driver shot deflected in. Save Vernon. Rebound. Score! Randy McKay! The gates have opened.
Randy McKay had made a terrific play at the blue line to keep the containment alive. The incredible thing about the Devils is they are almost never out of position, whether it be to back up somebody and to save a play and to keep the containment. And here he is sweeping behind the net after the containment at the blue line when the puck looked like it was heading out. This shot was deflected. Mike Vernon made an excellent save on that one. Bobby Holik just swung around and let it rip. Randy McKay with a little redirection. Randy McKay did not even have to shoot it. He just redirected it.
And we are going to get a new goaltender. Randy McKay's goal drops it off. Randy McKay inside. Osgood the save on the tip by Bobby Holik. Puck still loose in the zone here. Detroit will get it out. Bob Aaron. They come back 3-on-3. Eiserman moves, blocked out deep. Centered. Blocked again on McLean as Fetisov was there. Primo charging up ice. 3 Devils, 4 Devils already back. Dino Ciccarelli moves in. Ciccarelli centered. Save made by Brodeur. Shepard got set up in front on that one and had a tip. Couldn't get it by him. Here come the Devils and a 3-on-2 the other way. John McLean dropped it. Chambers couldn't tip it. Chambers was open. A little bit too far in front of him on the return pass. Now Chambers down on the ice.
Meanwhile, in this period here, this is the chance right now with Mike Vernon going post to post. The initial play from the point comes through traffic. Good initial save right here. And then Holik plays it right on the tape to McKay. That's a pretty easy goal. That nullifies the evening for Mike Vernon, and in comes Chris Osgood. Meanwhile, at the other and there's Mike Vernon right there. 20 shots on goal. 8 of them went to the 5-hole for the New Jersey Devils. We saw that in the opening 20 minutes of play. Time and time again, they were trying to go.
Finally, when he blasted it, he took a peek at it. That made it 3-0. Randy McKay's made it 4-0, and for both of those goals, this was the reaction at the Jersey Sports Cafe just a couple of minutes from here. They are loving it.
And here at the Meadowlands
stage of the season, if that puck is even semi-loose, you got to spear at it. You got to hack at it. I mean, Dino is one of the feistiest competitors ever to play the.
This was blocked by Stevens. Here's Nicholas Lidstrom over to Coffey. Coffey, Lidstrom, top shot, deflected. Brodeur reaching, didn't get it. Eiserman left it for Coffey. Still a Detroit power play over to Lidstrom. Back, Coffey open, one-timer, missed. Shot it over the net. Sergei Fedorov, Dino Ciccarelli. One of their better power play of movements of the puck and shots. Lidstrom shot, deflected out front. Eiserman can't draw it back. Good play by Bobby Carpenter, who tipped it away. Lidstrom. One time, Eiserman. What they got to do, just got it in. Danico blocked it and clears.
Boy, what a war in front of the net. And as they skated to the bench, Scott Stevens had the great big teeth just grinning, looking right at Dino.
Taken back by Kozlov. 27 left on the Detroit power play. Brodeur backhands that one. Bad play. Primo could have had it, didn't. Cleared up by McLean. Brodeur is a little loose right now. He wants to try and gun one down the other way. He loves shooting on
with Dino Ciccarelli.
Niedermeyer, Stefan Richer, Rutten tried to get it, couldn't. Niedermeyer will have to chase it down. 4-zip. Richer moved it in. Fetisov intercepted and clears it out of the zone. Artem Brodeur at the other end, leaves it for Driver. Both teams change up on their specialty units. Driver to Lemieux, 33 left in the 2-man. Looking in front for Breland. Osgood the save. Osgood the save on Richer. Breland the loose puck back up to Lemieux. Lemieux, one-timer Driver off the blocker of Chris Osgood. Back to Lemieux. Lemieux moving, fakes. Driver couldn't get it lined up. One-timer Lemieux can, wide of the net. Osgood out to play it.
Primo does not have his stick, and they are down 2 men.
Ouch. In the middle, Driver. Everybody in. Osgood. What a job he's doing right here with a 2-man advantage.
Well, good for Chris Osgood. He came in an absolute thankless situation with his team down 4-0, and now he is facing an incredibly tough situation. Down 2 men, a 5-on-3, and Keith Primo without his stick. Mike Vernon's on the bench, but he's such a terrific team guy. He's still urging him on. Way to go, guy. Way to go out there. One save by Chris Osgood, but he dumped the rebound right back out to Richer. Got some help from a defenseman. I don't think that one ever got to him, but the one after that did. Was Lemieux into Niedermayer and then out to Bruce Driver, who was able to move right into the hash marks before he zinged one high that Osgood was able to eat up. Look at Freeland on one side and Niedermayer on the other. Not only did he have to stop it, he had to stop it without leaving a rebound, and he did it.
23 years old, out of Peace River, Alberta. Has played for Detroit over the last couple of seasons with a big club. Osgood, another save, penalty coming up. Delayed call. Constantine off on the touch. There's the whistle. The Red Wings are digging a huge
second best prize. There's a cross check on the left of the screen there from Keith Primo. Got to be a pretty severe cross check to be called at this stage of a hockey game, but that's the way Kerry Fraser saw it. Good save by Osgood. That was another one. That was Bob Airy driving Billy Guerin into the goalpost. That one didn't get called.
2-man advantage. Chambers save Osgood. He got that one with a left skate. Cleared out of the zone. The second back-to-back 2-man advantage for the Devils. Stevens moves it in, lost it at the line, chipped away by in front. Doug Brown got a piece. Stephane Richer sends it in, onside, center, score! Bobby Holik from Billy Guerin.
Everything is working for Jacques Lemaire. Because of all of the power play time, he took 3 guys from different lines and put them all together for a shift. And that even paid dividends. Stephane Richer was out there with Billy Guerin. They play on different lines. And Bobby Holik, who centers the class line. 3 guys that shouldn't know really how to play together that much. But at this stage of the hockey season, the New Jersey Devils are leading a charmed life. Absolute charmed life, because that one had eyes. It looked like Chris Osgood was in great position to stop it, and it didn't look like a hard shot. Gus encouraged. Yeah.
And when that was, while they were getting him off the ice, power play here. Shot saved by Brodeur, still looking for the shutout. Fedorov scores! Sergei Fedorov at 3:03 remaining has scored the goal to put Detroit on the board. 5-1, and Brodeur won't get a shutout, but he will get a standing ovation.
You think back to the save that Brodeur made on Chris Draper minutes into the first period. The puck actually went partially across the line. It didn't make it all the way across the line. And that's when the Devils started to take it away. Otherwise, with the Red Wings on top, we'll never know what could have been, what would have been. But Martin Brodeur did what he had to do early. Here's the goal by Fedorov. He picked it out of the pile and smartly got it up in the air, knowing that Brodeur would most likely be down on his knees. He was, and the Red Wings have a goal.
5-1 with 2:52 left to go. Power play goal on this 4-minute power play for Detroit that continues now. Minute 43 left on it. Matisse off to Doug Brown. Brown leading the charge. Almost an odd man rush. Deflected to the corner. As Brodeur reached out himself that time, Lemieux sends it. Back up for Yzerman on the half board. Stevie Yzerman, his shot. Save made, deflected into a lot of people that time and bounced off Brodeur. And it comes back to center. Fedorov's goal is his second of this series and 6th of the playoffs. Batisov and Brown get the assists at 16:57 on Detroit's only goal of the game so far. Back up to the point, Lidstrom. Shepard trying to go into the middle. Did. Yzerman shoots and scores. Steve Yzerman, it bounced to him and he rooped it. Brodeur never saw it. And it is a 5-2 game with 1:33 left.
Interesting different reaction by Steve Yzerman from Sergei Fedorov. Fedorov scored and jumped up in the air and was congratulated by his teammates. Steve Yzerman knows That goal is not enough for this game. 5-2 now, and Steve Yzerman shot and scored and showed absolutely no emotion. I don't say that in a critical way. I say that in a way that I expected. I mean, I expected Steve Yzerman to react that way. He has been such a proud leader of this team. Has had to work so
from Shepard and Lidstrom at 18:27. Back-to-back power play goals here on this extended 4-minute power play for the Red Wings. Intercepted. Konstantinov in. Konstantinov, forehand shot, block, save, rebound, loose. Taylor tipped it. Brodeur batting away in the crease. That was close to being goal number 3. 1 minute left to go in the period. Knocked down by Randy McKay. Mike Peluso. Bobby Holigu's got 1 goal, trying for another knockdown.
Some kind of miracle that I survived. Someday we will both look back.
Us on ice ever again. The Penguins captain sat out all of last season recovering from Hodgkin's disease and chronic back problems. Consider this a brand new start. Marvelous Mario is back in camp and tonight saw game action for the first time in 17 months in Pittsburgh's preseason opener in Detroit. To Joe Louis Arena we go. A great night for hockey. Mario is back. First period action tied up at 1. Richard Park down the right side gets the pass, skates in on Miracle and scores. Nice fake, 5-hole, 2-1 Pens. How about Mario? Well, he gets a shot on goal here on a feed from Thomas Sandstrom, but Mario misses out in front. Later, Mario from point-blank range hits the defender. Great chance here. Mario on the pass from Sandstrom. This time he sends it wide. Second period tied at 2 until Sergei Fedorov steals when Andrisak falls, skates in, stopped, but Mike Meadham makes no mistake, puts home the rebound. It's a 6-3 Wings win. This is one night, though, but it didn't matter whether they won or lost. The Penguins have their captain back.
You can practice all you want, but once you get in a game situation, it's a little bit different.
Is what's new in St. Louis? This,
God, I haven't called in a half hour, so I don't know.
Well, what do you
Lots
think about
of changes.
all the moves that the Blues are making?
Well, you know, for first time in a long time, I've got confidence in the guy making the decision. So it's I have nothing but trust in what Mike's doing, and you know, he's proven himself to be a winner. So he's bringing in the people that he thinks is going to bring him and the team to the Stanley Cup, and that's all that matters.
Now you do have a lot of new faces: Dale Hawerchuk, Jeff Cordnall. You've also got Grant Fuhr and Shane Corson. A lot of people saying that you might be on the same line with Dale Hawerchuk.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, me and the guys have been begging for a top-notch center for about 4 years since Adam left. So he's a quality player, and he's proven himself to be not only a quality guy on the ice, but off the ice as a leader as well. And you can always use those guys.
Of course, the downside of any trade is that you lose some good people, and the Blues lost somebody like that in Brendan Shanahan.
You know, you never want to lose Brendan Shanahan. He was, as far as I'm concerned, he was heart and soul of that hockey club, and unfortunately, like you said, that's part of the game, and you nor I can do anything about it. And I talked to Brendan, and I know he's going to be successful, and as much as I wish he was still on my team, I want to win, and I'm going to have to without him.
Now, what does all this trading do to somebody like you? Because I've read articles where Brett Hull's name is mentioned too, and I mean, are you worried that you might be next?
Well, I don't think so. I think at a time, I think I might have been, because there was a lot of salary and they were going to have to get rid of some, and with Cujo now gone and Brendan gone, that's a lot of salary right there. So I'm not so much worried about me going. I'm so used to all the trading.